out of the 5 teams they went against, where they were told they didn't belong and they were not supposed to be there, they end up being national champions of that actual competition. So,
House of Ultimate.
Hey, TT, don't come up.
Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand, because I called you. Yeah, because I called you about practice. You done missed.
Me too, and I even called you to check up on you to make sure you were still alive, and I didn't.
You didn't call me.
I FaceTimed you, called you, and texted you.
Hey, if I catch anybody talking through the portion of the Q&A, because we're doing this for our viewers, they have questions, so we have what? Answers. There you go. So I said a circle. This is definitely not a circle. See,
We a circle. They all
some of you guys don't like the things that people say about you, but remember, it's what you're putting out that gives people the perception of who you are as a person. So I think Giles was correct when she says they don't get to see the entire practice, they see snippets of it. So sometimes it's hard to say what really happened and what pieces they're catching. We're going to be able to give a response and speak to maybe some of the bad habits that we have, like not wearing shoes to practice, as you can see. We still don't have those on, so but the fact you're supposed to have them on. So we're gonna speak to some of those things that they're a little concerned about. Do y'all really take cheering seriously, or are you just here?
Also, let's be very respectful in our responses. Let's not get feisty or anything. You know, we are answering these questions because y'all want to, but we don't want to be disrespectful, okay? So please be mindful of what you say.
And if you do, and if I feel like you can't handle this intimate conversation and be mature, we're just gonna send you send you home probably. The first question I'll start with is, I'm going to ask Spears. Amor Dior says, do you feel everyone on the team gives their all? And what are ways you think your team can improve?
Ooh. I don't think everyone gives their all the time. And I feel like we're on like different accords. So some people want to do it sometimes, and then another day they're like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. So I also feel like we can improve in stunting and like just the respect part of the gym in general.
If we start with the respect factor, I think stunts will hit, because if we respect each other's time and bodies and efforts, I think then it'll be easy to get stunts up. The next question is from Catherine Rucker, and this question will go to Mayfield. Do y'all get tired of being told to stop talking? I know I get tired of hearing it. Do y'all realize how much people come to watch you and how many little girls look up to you?
Honestly, I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like I do get tired of, you know, especially Coach Tasia telling us to stop talking and stuff, because it's like you can tell she doesn't like to be mean, or she doesn't like to say things over and over again. So I just feel like Spears said, that's like a respect thing. Honestly, I feel like everybody has their days. Like everybody has their days to where one day we're all playing and then some people are serious, and the next day it may be like the opposite, like those people who are serious the next day. But I just feel like, yeah, everybody contributes with that.
And this is from Gracie06. And her question again is to the entire team, but we'll let Giles speak for the team. Do you feel like you are respectful to your teammates and coaches? What are some ways the coaches can help guide you to being more respectful and help you get more out of practices and waste less time being silly?
I don't think it's so much as like lacking respect, but it's like sometimes our coaches play with us and then sometimes they like serious all out. So it's like, I think people will be getting confused sometimes. Like they'll think they're playing, but they be like dead serious. I really feel like our motivation should be winning. Like nobody wants to go to a competition and lose. It's not funny, y'all laughing, but when we be losing, y'all be crying. So, no, for real, y'all laughing, but when we lose, y'all be crying. So it's like it is respect. Like you gotta have motivation to win. Like y'all finna make me mad. Y'all really finna make me mad. That's what I'm saying. Y'all laughing now, but like I'm being serious. Like y'all do play too much. Like that's why we be losing.
We're gonna end up ending this really quick because y'all still cannot find a level of maturity. It's almost so frustrating and almost even embarrassing, viewers. I'll be honest. It is embarrassing because even in this time, we're trying to talk about things that will help improve the team. We have people moving lip gloss around because it's more important to look good for the camera than actually to perform your best for the camera. That's ridiculous. Y'all don't care. Most of y'all don't do y'all hair for practice. Most of y'all have on mismatched clothes when you come to practice. Don't have on shoes. So now that the camera's about to be on front of you, I mean, what we worried about lip gloss for? We're here for a talent and show our skills. That's what we're here for. And y'all still have your minds in the wrong place. So if I ask you to leave this gym, do not have your parents calling me. Don't call and ask me why. This is a conversation. There's no reason nobody should be busting out laughing. Do you feel like you are already at an automatic disadvantage at competitions because of your race? Why are there no girls of other race on your team? Can you take that camera to Franklin? Franklin, look up at the camera. Okay. We already answered that question, but so do you think the girls are capable of giving you more focus, precision, and the will to be there?
Yeah, I say they're fully capable. I think it's just like a mindset thing. So kind of like some of the girls say, if you come in with the mindset of a champion, then you will win. So that's kind of something that we've been working on pretty much every single practice, kind of a mindset. So when we're constantly getting on them, we're trying to improve them in ways to be like-minded. I advocate for all the girls all the time, but it's really just a learning process. Got to learn to respect each other a lot more, respect your teammates, respect your coaches, and always be motivated every time you come to the mat.
Do you feel like our race is already a disadvantage when we get there?
I do feel like other teams do look at us as like, okay, we're already better than them. So I teach the girls, like, we have to be better than them. Like, this is what they do, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it 10 times better, no matter what. We're always gonna go into competitions focused. So that's the mindset that I always try to like give the girls, right? Y'all think so? Yeah. Okay.
That question again was from Gracie06, but just a segue into the next question, and I can answer this, and I'll let maybe Jayla, because she was there, piggyback on it. But it's from Girls Say What, or Say Wet. Have you all ever faced racism or had people doubt your ability when you showed up to a competition? So I do remember 2 seasons ago, we were in Florida for a competition, and I won't say the competition. However, I remember us being the only black team there, and I remember a lot of the other teams had team members who would say, what are they doing here? Oh my God, it's a black team. And they said little things that discouraged my girls, and they kind of made them feel like they wasn't supposed to be there. And I remember telling them, you know, that's gonna be life. It's gonna always be people that make you feel like you're not supposed to be there. You're gonna always sometimes have to work twice as hard just to be seen. This is a great example of what the real world would look like. So let's just start now. Let's show them who we are and what we are capable of doing versus, you know, getting upset, creating some confrontation where it could lead into something very terrible. So I remember the girls going to pray on their own, and they went out there, and out of, I think, the 5 teams, was it 5 teams there? Out of the 5 teams they went against, where they were told they didn't belong and they were not supposed to be there, they ended up being national champions of that actual competition. So to answer your question, yes, we are faced with racism, and not just, I don't think, in the cheer competition world, but I'm sure my girls have to experience it, whether in school or in other arenas. But, you know, again, we're teaching them just how to combat that and not to give into that, because at the end of the day, these are athletes and we have to prepare them for the world. But anybody want to chime in on how that feels when you go into an arena of people with people who do not look like you, and they say things to make you feel like you're not supposed to be there?
Like, yeah, we are faced with racism, but inside we're the same person. We're just all different. But like, we bleed the same color, so I don't understand why people don't understand. Like, we're always looked on like as, yeah, they're better than us. Like, every time we come in a competition, we always say like they already think they're 10 times better than us, but they're really not. And I don't understand why they have that mindset for just a different race. I mean, and then I remember we were in Concord, and then the girl, they won, and she had took like the flag, and she had swung it in me and Alasia face. Yeah, cause yeah, she thought, I don't know, but we were walking up the steps, and she had took the flag. She was like, yeah, we won, and she swung it in our face. And yeah, since people always like, we should go in a competition, every competition, with that mindset of like they think that they're better than us, but like let's prove them wrong.
So this will be for Jayla. When Coach Black or any of your coaches yell at you guys, does it scare y'all? I mean, I know I'd be scared sometimes, but are y'all scared?
Me, not really, because
Cause when Coach Black yell, it'd be like she be serious, but like next minute she wanna laugh. So it'd be like I don't know what you wanna do. But Coach Tasia, when she yell, it gets serious, but sometimes you never know. But I mean, yeah, I don't be scared though.
Cause you're gonna do it again. What you want to do?
No, I just don't be scared. Like I don't be scared. I don't be scared.
Okay, put that camera on me. Effective after this interview. I'm gonna give them some real tough love. But see, I be loving on them because they are truly like my babies. Most of them have been with me such a long time. So sometimes I have a hard time compartmentalizing the outside from the inside because again, these girls have been at my house, spent hours with me. We talk on the phone, they text me. So we've really at CUC cultivated a family. And so sometimes that's different because I have talked to other gyms and they're like, wow, you go to the kids' recitals. Oh wow, you went to field day. You went to have lunch with them. So the dynamics in our gym, which is probably hard for you guys to see because these type of things are not televised, but I do spend a lot of time with my girls outside of the four walls at CUC, so it's easy to have a relationship with them. That's different than other gyms where in other gyms you come there and you use to get a trophy. And although we want a trophy here, but we're building relationships here and how can I support them outside of their homes? So that kind of speaks to why they're like, well, sometimes we don't know because in this gym, I want to show them something different at home. Most kids get fussed at on the way out the car when you're talking about an all black gym. You know, we're fussing on the way out the car. They don't got their shoes, they didn't turn their homework, or they're not focused, they didn't wash dishes, so they got yelled at on the way out the car. So when they come in here, you know, sometimes I go off their energy. And so if they've already been lashed on or got in trouble, I don't want to, you know, be the coach that's now lashing on them. I want to find a happy place and try to cheer them up, and hopefully I can get something out of them. But we see that don't work. So effective after this interview, I'm gonna be very serious. I'm not gonna play with them anymore. And that's on Purr. Is it Purr? Oh, it's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Now why would y'all want me to say that? Shimbo, what is the hardest part about doing competitive cheer?
When you like go on the stage, when you have that bad feeling that you're not gonna win, or when you have that bad feeling that the stunt not gonna hit. From Kayla W, who's making this floor bounce? Why do most of the cheerleaders take the advice from subscribers for granted? Why do you think when y'all read some of the advice or feedback, why do you take it for granted, Franklin?
I feel like we take it for granted because like sometimes y'all be a little, you know, extra, just a tad bit, not a lot. But it's not even, what y'all be saying is true, and we kind of don't want to hear it. And I think that's what it is, that we don't want to hear it, and that's why we we just go back and forth. But we eventually, like, when we get on the stage and stuff, we hit, or like we apply what y'all tell us to do, and we apply it to our routine. So yeah.
Always try to figure out what from someone is telling you that you can take. Again, that's not just here at Cheer, that's going to be in the real world. So when you go to a job and your boss gives you some feedback on yourself at a review, you don't go back and combat everything. You say, that's interesting. Okay, maybe this is something I'll change and I'll work on it. So when I get my next review, I'll show and tell and show the difference in myself. So don't always think feedback is bad. Feedback is never bad. It's a way to help us grow. Just like Coach Tasia is always open to feedback. I mean, she'll call and say, Coach, give me some feedback. What can I do better? It's because it shows her willingness to grow. So y'all all have to look at yourself and say, am I willing to grow, or have I maxed out? Am I uncoachable? Although you don't agree with it, you should respect that someone sees something in you and they want to push you to your maximum ability. So don't take it as an attack against you. Just take it for what it is. I'll give an example, like Carrie. I take screenshots. We can go and get a camera to Carrie. Carrie, when I see things what viewers say to you, what is your response?
I'm gonna be better.
And do you do better? Because next week
We didn't get there yet.
Yes, we do.
I just said so.
And you said it before. Should I go to my text message when I see you all the time?
No.
So you always say you want to do better. Do you come here and do better? You had an attitude today. And the Queen's practice. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Well, we thought it was body language to tell you. And I keep telling you, you have a terrible life. if you keep thinking that your body language can say one thing, and then you get the opportunity to tell people, oh, that's not what I meant. Because people are going to go by the energy that you give off. And everybody is not going to be like your mom and give you a second chance or a third chance. And I keep telling that because I don't want you to have a hard life.
She got better than what she used to.
Yeah, y'all not gonna just come from our friend. She got better. She's last couple
there.
practices, she been doing better.
We applauding you. You do be doing it.
All right, so I'll take it from me. Coach Tasia, what would you say about Carrie and her work ethic?
No, I think she's gotten a lot better. Like from the beginning of the season, I definitely think that she's been listening to you. I will say, when I'm at practice and it's just me and Carrie and Coach Black is not here, Carrie is definitely a lot focused in. She's definitely, those are the days where you'll see Carrie standing out as a leader.
So it's you.
Who's to say when her mom comes in? I don't know, it's them together. Which
is weird because I'm the one that feed her. She provide a roof over her head, buy her clothes.
So she's a lot harder on her because, you know, she expects a lot more out of her. She wants her to, as I should as well. So she's definitely, when she comes in, she's 100% on top of Carrie, which I think those are the moments when y'all see she gets a little bit down and she starts acting different. She gets stubborn, she starts talking back. That's when you see that. But other than that, yeah, I have seen a lot of improvement as far as her like attitude, coming into practice prepared, wanting to be a leader, which I didn't see in Atlanta. She definitely took charge in Atlanta as far as being one of the great leaders, making sure she was in my ear the whole competition, telling me, you know, what we needed to do, reminding me of things, and I definitely appreciated that. And I even told Coach Black that on the phone. I was like, I definitely appreciated how Carrie acted at the competition because it meant a lot. There's been a lot of improvement on the team in general. It's a learning process, you know. We started early. They came in, we had 2 coaches and they got taken over with me. This is my first year. They don't know who I am. They're learning me. We're going through COVID. We're going through a lot of adversity this season. So like, take it easy on my athletes. Take it a little bit easier on them. We appreciate the constructive criticism. I enjoy it. I always read it, and I always implement it in practice. You know, I see y'all make sure they're wearing shoes. I see it. I tell them every day. I'm like, mandatory practice. Wear your shoes. We're all black. So I'm listening to what y'all saying. I'm listening. I'm learning. They're learning as well. So yeah.
So everybody put their feet up like Kendall so we can see who's listening and wearing their shoes. So
Nice listening.
let's go around.
She said like Kendall.
Kendall. Everybody put your knees up like Kendall, Elena.
My ankle's like.
You all have on shoes and who's listening. Right, your shoes. Let's see. So,
My foot is sore. I got an
stop talking.
excuse.
Stop trying to explain now. So we have Nia, Giles, my daughter Christian, Destiny, Ashleah. There's no reason to respond, who just refused to follow the instructions of their coach. I'm just saying, y'all need to learn how to follow instruction. What are y'all gonna do in the real world when you go to a job and they say, hey, report at 8, and you get there at 8:15, and then they say, make sure you're a white button-up shirt tucked in and you wear a gray one because that's all I had, and then they send you home and you lose your job. Then you can't pay your car note, then you can't have money to go out to eat with your friends, then what? Martin, Gina, what year did Charlotte Ultimate Cheer start? Yes, Carrie, what year did we start?
2014.
Right? Yeah, 2014. So I always say that I gave birth on April 28th, and then I gave birth to Carrie on January 28th, and we welcomed Chrissy in this world on March 28th. So 28th seems to be a lucky date for me. But it was April 28th, 2014. So ask Kendall, this question will go to Kendall. What do you want your team to achieve this year?
To do better in stunts. Another summit bid.
We want just a regular summit bid or a paid bid?
Paid. Take practices more serious.
So our goal here is to make sure we're helping each other achieve goals that we have. Like, what if you have team members here who want college scholarships, or they want to have so many titles up under their belts, or things they need to accomplish to put on their resume for whatever they want to do next? You do understand that you hold them back. I think we just experienced that with Spears. You want to talk about how it made you feel, Spears?
Well, I want to get another summit bid. I want to win summit. I don't want it just to be an experience. A goal for this team is for everybody to be committed and have the same drive as everyone else.
We don't want to just go to Summit, we want to win Summit. Like, that can't be the height of our goal. Is like, oh, we made it to Summit, then what did you do when you got there? And I think that's why Coach Tasia keeps saying that you have to figure out what you're going to do in the routine to show up on that map. Chrissy and Zaria are one of those people who are not okay with something not hitting and not being a part. Like, they want to be a part. But then you have some team members who, I'm sure our viewers have already called it out. You can tell that they don't even care to be here. They don't care to add any value to the team. They're not adding any value to the team, even though they have the skills to do so. They're just choosing not to. Kayla W says, why is Spears and Franklin the only ones who are athletes most of the time on the team? So I'm guessing they're saying the only two that seem to work hard and show their skills. I don't think I necessarily agree with that. We have a lot of talent on the team. I think one that kind of slides under the radar all the time because she's very quiet. Not just Kendall, but Mackenzie. She's very multidimensional. From being a tumbler, a flyer, a base, I mean, whatever it is, she's always been there. And she's present for practice. She listens to work. She doesn't talk. So I think that's why her and Kendall slide under the radar. As great as they are, Kendall flies, so she gets a little action. But Mackenzie is a lot of times she's overlooked because she's very quiet. But again, she's one of those athletes that's here to do a job and one job only. And she's that person from the time practice starts to the time practice ends.